Well, welcome to the Cookies Podcast, where the only thing you need to know is that the S stands for sports.
All right, we're gonna review Week 18 in its entirety on how insane it was.
Wild week of football, but it's fine. You know why?
Because
playoffs.
We made the playoffs.
Playoffs.
Oh my god, the most unlikely scenario. Like
the Jacksonville Jaguars. I was wrong. Apparently, Trevor Lawrence decided this was the game. He wants to prove to everyone I was a first round pick first overall pick.
He did really good that game, honestly, for whatever him. And the Jaguars' defensive line is crazy.
Oh,
Josh Allen is leading a terror of the future.
Crazy,
I'm
man.
Convinced.
Well, Josh Allen did beat Josh Allen in a one-on-one matchup.
Yeah, it's if your team has a weak line, you go to Jacksonville, you could lose. Like that's the only reason people have lost to them because the line's just that bad.
Or Trevor Lawrence is like, hey, I'm gonna spin out of sacks and throw deep bombs for touchdowns because.
Let's go from the beginning of this week. What happened on Saturday? The Chiefs beat the Broncos, right? Or does the Broncos beat the Chiefs? Do we care? Do we know?
The Broncos were up, and then the Chiefs came back and beat the
Chiefs
Broncos
won
because the Chiefs beat
the Chiefs
the Broncos.
won. Who cares? They're the second seed. They locked it in. Boom. And then
that's who you're playing, though.
Yeah, we're playing Kansas City, and you're playing the Bengals.
Dude,
that's for later though. That's not here yet.
The Bengals also don't have a line though.
The second game was the Eagles-Cowboys, and the Cowboys slaughtered them.
Oh. No, it looked like a good game for the first half, and then the Cowboys just trounced them in the second.
Slaughtered them.
It was a big old cakewalk in the second.
And then that was Saturday. And then Sunday we started off with, I think the first game of the day was Jacksonville versus Indianapolis. Because it was on before the Steelers game was on. And I feel like I started watching the Steelers game, and midway through the first quarter, the Steelers were up by 3 or 6 or 7, one of the three numbers. We scored first. I think it was 3. I think we scored first and it was 3. And we saw on the little mini box that the Jags were up by 10 or whatever, and it's it's panic. You didn't even watch.
Wasn't watching. I was on a date at the time.
Oh my god, I was watching all the football, and then I had to work with. Besides the point,
I got back in time for the Raiders game. That's all that mattered.
It was all that mattered, and we had a good time watching the Raiders game.
Oh.
But as we went through, I think by halftime the score was something like the Steelers were down by 3 or down by 6, and the Jags were just trouncing them. The Jags were up 24-6, and we were like, oh shit, the Jags are gonna win. We gotta get in the playoffs, guys. Oh fuck, because the worst case scenario was the Jags winning and us losing.
Because then I
think the Dolphins would have gone.
The Dolphins would have made. They beat the Patriots today.
The Ravens had no shot at all. But oh my god,
happens though.
And then
lose a bunch of games with injured people.
And then the Steelers put it into overtime, and as we put it into overtime, the Jags had won. It was already over, and it was. Oh my god, it was the most stressful overtime I've ever watched. But it was just Big Ben and Najee Harris just checking down the field, getting down there, and they kicked the game-winning walk-off field goal, and it was a great day. For a while, it was great. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what happened in the in-between? So we had the Browns beat the Bengals like I said they would. The Lions beat the Packers like they said it would.
Half their people for
Why wouldn't they? They're in the playoffs. That's what the Steelers did last year when we were like, yeah, we made it. We're not going to get any higher seeding than this, so who cares?
Well, you played the Browns twice in a row that time.
Yeah, it was okay. We're not talking about that anymore.
Trouncing.
What else happened? Was anything else important happening at that time? The Titans clinched the first seed.
Yeah.
So that means the Bengals were the fourth seed, and the Bills are the third seed. The Patriots lost, so they're the sixth seed.
Sixth seed. We're the fifth seed.
Sixth seed, which makes our AFC at that time and for now. The matchups were Bengals, Raiders, Steelers, Chiefs, Bills, Patriots, which is gonna be a good game. And Titans in the first round.
Technically, at that time, the Dolphins had won, so the Dolphins were above you. So it's winning, you guys were in, because the Dolphins.
Oh, we already won. We already won at this point.
Oh, you're saying after that? Oh, I was saying
after we already won by this point.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Then the Raiders game.
And then the Raiders game started.
Oh, the Raiders game.
You could hear it all day, people being like, but what if they tie though? But it'd be funny if they tied though. Dude, I want them to tie.
They almost tied. How'd that feel?
Dude, it felt scripted. It felt like some bullshit. Oh my god, what was the feeling during? This is as a Steelers fan during the Raiders game. It was, yay, Raiders are winning. Who cares what happens? Raiders win. That's fun. That's fine for us. We'll play the Chiefs either way. And then you guys did a stupid and just let not Joe Burrow, the other one that's like Joe Burrow.
Oh, they're completely different quarterbacks.
Justin Herbert,
age.
same quarterback.
They're different quarterbacks, same age.
Yeah, they're as different as Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers. You know, like they're different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's on a better team than the other.
Oh, that's how you feel.
Yeah. One made the playoffs, one didn't. One's on a better team than the other. Am I wrong?
They both have weapons. They both have. Honestly, Justin Herbert has a better defense than Joe Burrow's and a better line.
You think so?
He definitely has a better line.
That's besides the point.
And he has a Bosa.
You guys just let Justin Herbert do fourth down conversion after fourth down conversion after fourth down conversion. After a third down conversion.
I'm sorry.
How many plays was their offense out there for?
19 play drive. It was a 19 play, 81-yard drive.
What was it? It was like 3 or 4 fourth down conversions, 2 or 3 third down conversions, and then like 2 penalties that gave them first downs.
Because they were just like, hey, it doesn't matter. The first couple of plays, warm up. The last play. That's what you needed.
And that was the worst part about it. It's not like they were doing like 3-yard gain, 4-yard gain, 3-yard. No, it was just 2-3 shots at 10 yards, and then they got the 10 yards.
They'd get like 15 yards because Mike Williams, big guy.
Mike Williams is doing real good right there too. And then they scored, and they were down by what, a field goal or a touchdown? I think they were down by a touchdown. It was 29.
Oh yeah, they got down by a touchdown. It was 22-29. Then they went down, scored, tied it up, sent it to overtime. You guys get the ball. Kicked the field goal.
Yeah, you guys.
Then they went down, kicked the field goal, and then we went down, and held the ball out.
Yeah, and then as time expires, so the Raiders' mindset was, who gives a fuck if we make it or miss it as long as we kick it. Like, time expires, we're in the playoffs. They can't stop us. And from my perspective, that seems from my perspective that seemed wildly irresponsible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they said, what did they say afterwards? Did you hear the afterwards interview?
That Derek Carr wanted to make sure only one person made it out.
But what the head coach said the next day.
What the head coach say the next day?
Because the Chargers called a timeout after like 35 seconds. They're like, I guess we have to run it. We're going to let the clock run out and kick it now from way over here. and then Josh Jacobs got like a 14-yard gain. And I was like, oh my God. What? So the Chargers fucked themselves.
Dude. Nah, he still would have hit it.
You guys don't care.
Yeah, would he hit it?
I don't believe in him from that far. You guys were like across the 50. He was just going to bomb it just because. He would have had like a running start and everything. Like, you remember how Justin Tucker did that Gallup thing?
Dude, you know what? He wanted a shot at the record.
Well, he didn't get that shot. He got a chance to send his team to the playoffs, which is.
They should have given him a shot at the record next time.
Both our kickers sent us to the playoffs. Well, your kicker sent us both of the playoffs.
Walk-off field goals, the Raiders' way.
Who would have thought the Raiders and Steelers would make the playoffs?
No one about 2-3 weeks ago.
Dude,
5 and 8%, was it?
It was 5. It was 2 and 8%, 2 and 5%, and then this week we got 8%.
2 and 5%.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
And we both made it. Thank you, Duval County.
Yeah.
Oh, those boys out in Duval did it for us.
You know what?
Clown makeup wearing fools.
Tiny Trevor Lawrence, if you hear this, good job.
Oh my God, it was crazy wild. I really do think this was the best week of football in what it was already have been a crazy year of football.
Dude, oh my God.
I cannot have been more proud to be a Steelers fan yesterday.
Hey,
or the day before.
Everyone counted the Raiders out this season.
Every Big Ben's old. Oh, who gives a fuck? Najee's gonna die.
He's still old. Najee just didn't die.
And
that's the thing.
Still made the playoffs.
Najee was just like, "Hey, Big Ben, it's okay. I'll drag you here."
And we got my MVP candidate, TJ Watt, out here.
Yeah.
Dude, he's at least the candidate.
At least the candidate.
He's at least like third or fourth on the list for most people. He should be. If he's not, people are just... That's a problem with MVP. People just assume it has to be offense. It has to be a quarterback.
It doesn't have to be offense.
I don't really feel like a quarterback deserves it this year. Like, Brady and Aaron Rodgers did their things like they always do. But honestly, this was like one of the worst years for them. Like, they had good years, but it wasn't as good as most of their years.
Yeah.
Tom Brady had all the controversy at the end with AB.
Hey, man. AB's ankle hurt.
Jonathan Taylor didn't make the playoffs.
He has to go get an off-season operation on it.
I don't think TJ like deserves it over them. I just think they all kind of fell out of the way of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I feel like he stood there and they're like, oh, I guess I'm first in line now. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
If it's Tom Brady, it's stupid. I hate it to be Tom Brady. It'd be my least favorite thing.
Why are you hating on old man Tom Brady?
I hate it so much.
He's gonna go.
He'd
lose
probably
the Super Bowl
Is he
this
already
year.
the oldest guy to ever win an MVP? He'd probably be the oldest guy to win an MVP.
Is he? I feel like that's a Peyton Manning thing.
No, Peyton Manning didn't win it on the Broncos.
He didn't win it. What a guy.
He did terrible the second year he was on there.
Yeah, but that's the year he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault. He was kind of just there.
He was there.
And remember that first Super Bowl he was in?
Yeah.
Where you didn't even watch it, huh? What was the final score? 48-8?
Oh,
The game
God.
started with a safety because the ball
Who they
flew
play again
over
against?
Seattle. They played against the Legion of Boom at full force.
Oh God, they got trounced by Russ.
They got trounced by Richard Sherman and Bobby Wagner,
Don't forget about
the third guy.
Marshawn Lynch.
He was there.
He was out there trucking people. Crazy man. Probably eating Skittles on the sideline.
Let's talk about NFC right quick. Because I don't
Eagles,
super
bro.
care about NFC, but let's just talk about it.
I care about the NFC
We
a
got-
little bit. You
what
got
is it?
Tom Brady. He's out there.
We got Eagles versus Buccaneers.
Tom Brady.
That'd be an okay game. If the Eagles win, that'd be awesome. But like,
Tom Brady's gonna win. I believe in him.
We got
We got San Francisco versus the Cowboys.
San Francisco. Please pull it out. Jimmy G, please do it. Like, I know you probably won't, but like, if you could, that'd be fucking.
You don't
great.
believe in Garoppolo?
If he breaks his leg, I believe in Trey Lance.
Yeah, you want him to just go down like first play and Trey
I'm
Lance
not the
just
guy.
come in?
I'm not the guy who wants the rookie out there all the time. But oh my God, Trey Lance looks so good.
Well, yeah, he did go out there and throw, run.
God, I hope that's what we do with Dwayne. If Dwayne can come in like Trey Lance is and just be the guy we need him to be after he's learned for a year, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's Tomlin's first choice, I would be happy.
What if Kenny Pickett's his first choice?
I wouldn't be surprised if they got competition in the quarterback room. I think Kenny Pickett will get drafted too high. I mean, we're in the playoffs now. There's no way.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna trade up.
What
Fuck
if
that.
Sam Howell falls to you and he wins it?
If Sam Howell comes in and if Sam Howell comes in, then I'm just excited to watch that. I'm just excited to see the Sam Howell versus
He
Dwayne
just
Haskins
like walks in, bro,
QB battle.
and he just like takes the spot.
I would want like a full preseason, first 3 weeks of regular season battle.
Like the first game is like Sam Howell. Second game Dwayne Haskins. Third game Sam Howell. That's how you know he earns it.
Mason Rudolph. Just because the Steelers are loyal like that.
Yeah, loyal to the soil.
Everybody's like, you spend your time here. Here's your chance. And if they fuck up their chance, they fuck up their chance. But they're gonna give them a chance.
Hey, you know what? That's respect.
Yeah.
I'll give the Steelers that. That's some respect right there. Some teams would just be like, yeah, you've been here for 4 years. You know the system like the back of your hand. Go sit somewhere else. You're traded. Actually, you're gone.
Like
Get out of here.
Tomlin is a strict guy for sure, but like he's not like the most aggressive guy in the world. You know,
The Standard has some heart.
the Standard has a heart of gold and black, but like fuck, dude. Like he gets mad at Claypool and Juju for all the TikTok stuff, but like he doesn't like he's not gonna cut him because of it. He's not gonna like lessen their minutes because of it.
Didn't he hop in a TikTok?
After they got to the playoffs, he hopped in a TikTok and did a little dance. It wasn't either of theirs. It was a defensive guy's TikTok.
Ah, I'd be so hurt.
Juju, Claypool was doing an interview at the time. It was weird. I saw that after the Steelers game, I was watching the interviews, and you could see like a whole separate thing happening where it's like the TikTok accounts are going up, and the guys are like, "We're not in the locker room. We're here talking to you," but they're all celebrating in there.
Wow, they're just like, I can see it. I can see the party.
Like Big Ben and TJ and Cameron Hayward, they all have to go out there, and like the stars can't be a part of the party. Oh, can we talk about some of the highlights of this year?
Yeah. What are the highlights?
Let's start with the beginning.
The reality show that started down in Duval.
Yeah, we can talk about that. How in the off season they picked up Urban Meyer,
Trevor Lawrence. They were like, hey, let's draft his college running back when we have a 1,000-yard rusher. That's fine. Let's make all of the most questionable decisions we can make
as quickly as possible.
Just all of them right away. Let's do it, and they did. He went out and was already having bad press interviews. Like we gotta remember the saga in preseason of Tim Tebow right quick before anything else. Oh, he brought back his old college quarterback.
Tim Tebow. If you don't know why Tim Tebow played tight end, he used to when he was a kid, and he didn't been in high school and stuff. But like,
he became a dual threat quarterback.
He became a Taysom Hill, an oversized and overcomplicated Taysom Hill.
Except he was playing in high school, so he just dominated everyone.
Yeah, because I bet Taysom Hill dominated in high school too. I bet
probably.
It's probably a really hard style to stop if you don't know how to. If you know how to, it's the easiest shit in the world.
I don't know. Tim Tebow went to college, and then he dominated at the college level. One of the greatest college football players to ever exist.
That's a fact.
He's a college football god. He was out there.
Then he
won 2 natties, was it?
I don't remember. He won the Heisman as young as the age ever, right?
Dude, it's supposed to go to like someone who's this is like the last year. He was a sophomore, and he's just like, he won it because he was a god in college football.
And then he went down to Duval County to play with his old coach Urban Meyer as tight end. And what happened?
Everyone saw a video of him trying to block someone, and it was just terrible, and they cut him.
Cut him week 3 of preseason.
He's just gone.
Secretary Yellen, it was an honor to have you with us today.
Well, it was my pleasure, Professor. It's always nice to speak to aspiring economists.
Do we have time for one more question?
Hey, I don't have anywhere to be.
All right, anyone have a question? Come on, guys. The Secretary of Treasury is right next to us. Yes, you, young man.
2 silicon boys were talking outside.
Okay, and so what is your question?
2 silicon boys were talking outside.
Yeah, I heard you the first time.
Now what the hell's an NFT up here?
Yeah.
Well, week 1 started, and we had... What was the best game? We had the Steelers beat the Bills in week 1. That was crazy.
The start of the season. The Raiders versus the Ravens. It was a crazy game, and you know what it ended with?
It was one of those Raiders games you watch that have like 20 penalties and a bunch of stupid first downs and a bunch of stupid third downs that are conversions. And it went into overtime, and the Raiders won with a field goal like they do.
That's the Raiders way, baby.
That's what happens. That's how it works. That's football. Certain teams do certain things. You know what Big Ben said after the game?
What?
He was asked. He's like, "Hey, why do you guys not just like play that good the whole game?" And he was like, I really don't know. I wish I could tell you. We just can't have it in the first half and second half. Something comes together for us, I guess.
That's what he said?
I guess I just like to give my fans a heart attack.
That's what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'd be mad. I'm like, why, Big Ben? What did I do to you?
We had the Steelers 1-0, the Raiders were 1-0, and a bunch of teams 1-0 because that's how the beginning of the season works. And the next 3 or 4 weeks, the Steelers were 1-3.
The Raiders won 3 in a row, and
4 in a row. They were 4-0.
And
then was it then a tragedy struck?
Coach. Then
okay, so probably week 4 then that happened where John Gruden got fired.
No.
Or he
resigned.
He willfully resigned from his position as head coach of the Raiders after having a huge extension on his contract. That's 100% what happened.
He resigned in disgrace. Everyone knows that. Happens.
Richard
Yeah.
Nixon looking at you.
Wow. You know who didn't deserve to get fired today? Brian Flores.
And then today, as we're going into wild card weekend, Brian Flores got fired.
Which he did not deserve to get fired.
He won like 9 games in a row and then just beat the Patriots.
Bro, he did not deserve to get fired.
Hey man, somebody's gonna pick him up. I wouldn't be surprised if like the Bears picked him up. Like,
Dude, send him to the Bears. The Bears might do really good with Brian Flores.
all right, but what happened? And then we go from week 4 where tragedy strikes and the Raiders are 4-0 still, but they lost their head coach, and the Bengals and Ravens and Browns are all 3-1 in my division.
Well,
The Chiefs were 1-3 or 2-3,
don't remind me of the good old days.
something like that. And the Broncos were undefeated, and the Panthers were undefeated,
Wow, what was this year of football?
right? And then were the Chargers like they beat the Chiefs.
The Chargers were in 2-1, and then they played the Raiders and went 3-1, and then we went 3-1, and
4-1. You guys are 4-0, that's for sure.
no, we weren't 4-0. Their fourth game was against the Chargers.
It was?
Yeah, and they beat us our fourth game.
I thought it was your 5th game. That's fine. That doesn't matter. And then we
Our
fast forward
fifth
to like.
game, it was against the. It was either the Bears or the Giants, and we lost to both of those teams. So.
And then we go to week like 6 or 7 or 8,
The Bears and the Giants.
and that's when Henry Ruggs did his Henry Ruggs thing. He went way too fast.
156 miles.
Too fast. Now he's in jail. It happens. Sorry, guy. You're not in the league anymore. And we had the Steelers were going on a crazy win streak. We went on like a 4 to 6 game win streak or something after starting 1-3.
Wow.
And
So
we
good.
it was good. It was crazy because we went from 1-3 to like 6-3,
Wow.
something like that. 6-3, 7-3. No, I think it's probably 6-3. And then we played the Lions and tied with them.
And is that when everything changed?
Well, then after we played the Lions, we played the Vikings, and we all remember that game.
Dalvin Cook slice job.
Yeah, we
was
had
on my
Mr.
birthday.
Swift and Mr. Dalvin Cook
Exposed their defense.
killed us. They said, "Hey, you guys just gotta run the ball, and they can't stop you." Did you know that?
No one knew that. And then he was just like, hey, I'm going to right through your defense. Couple
Yeah.
cuts, gone.
And where were the Raiders at week 11?
Week 11, I think we had one more loss, and then it was like, yeah, we have to win all 4 of our last games to get in.
Yeah, I remember that. When we were at the 4 last game stretch. I remember the Steelers having the last 4 games lined up. Where we had the Titans, Chiefs, Browns, and Ravens.
And they were like, oh, we have to win 3 of these games.
We don't have to win to the Chiefs. We have to be the Titans. I remember saying exactly those words. And we have to win both division games. So what happened? But now we know exactly what I said.
Well, I said the Raiders were going to win all 4 games, and you called me nuts.
And they won all 4 games. We were both right. It happens. Listen, it's easy to argue, but we're both always right.
I don't want to talk about that fact. Just about different things.
Yeah, no, we're always because we argue about everything, so we're always on the complete opposite side. So one of us is always completely right.
No, neither of us are ever completely right. It's always like someone's like 37% right.
Yeah, but it's a strong 37%.
It's fine.
And then let's skip 2 weeks ahead where we beat the Titans. We beat that number 1 seed that's right now. Right now, the number 1 seed, we beat them. We hurt them. And then we had to play the Chiefs, and we got our teeth kicked in through our skull.
Yeah, they just beat him up. And
They didn't even use Tyreek Hill.
wow.
They didn't. Kelsey wasn't there.
Oh my god.
They just used their 2 backup guys.
You ready for the play this weekend?
Yeah, dude, Steelers going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They can't stop us now. It's too late.
It's too late. You're in the playoffs and now it's
Dude,
done.
our momentum is red hot.
Red hot.
Dude, after the sheer number of things we needed to happen this week,
You just roll in and you're just gonna right through.
right through the Chiefs and the Titans again. I'm sorry, number 1 and 2 seed, you're gonna get fucked by the Steelers. Happens.
It's fine, because you know why? Guess where the Steelers are gonna lose?
They're not.
AFC
That's a trick question.
conference game. You
Didn't
know why?
happen. I
Because
would
the
like-
Raiders are gonna be there.
I would love a historical Raiders versus Steelers
For the
AFC
Raiders
conference game
to
because
win.
it's happened. I think it's happened like 5 times throughout history, 5 or 6.
Happens.
Happens a lot, and it's a rivalry. The gold versus silver, man.
And you know what?
It's always
go out there, walk off field goal.
Yes, we are.
No, my team's gonna
No,
walk off
my
field goal.
team's gonna walk on field goal.
Not even your team
Dude,
doesn't even
Chris
know how to
Boswell
walk
from
off field goal
50s. We just
correctly.
won with a walk-off field
I
goal.
said correctly. You
We
didn't
just
ha-
did it.
You
We
didn't have
did it.
enough points to walk off field goal properly.
Oh, we didn't win by 1 point. We won by 3 points in overtime. I'm sorry. You guys
Also won by 3 points in overtime, but it's fine.
And we did it without exchanging drives first.
We had some good old drives.
We just did it. We just went out there and scored first and said, haha, you can't do anything.
Did they have to like punt to you?
I think so. I think they got it and they had a punt to us and we just scored.
Oh, okay.
Which was scary. We had to stop Tyler Huntley one more drive and we did.
Yeah, you know what's scary? Us going down, field goal. The Chargers going down, field goal.
No, that wasn't scary. As soon as they kicked a field goal, you guys didn't care anymore. The second they kicked a field goal, the Raiders are in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, but like before that, when it looked like they might score,
When they scored touchdowns, when they were driving to the field, it was nerve-wracking as all hell.
and then they kicked a field goal. Raiders were in the playoffs, and then he was nervous.
Yeah, because it was tied.
It
And that
was.
was the one scenario. That was it. That was the only thing. You know, Jacksonville won, but that was the only
Dude,
thing.
I would have laughed.
Where were we in the weeks? Oh yeah, and then the last 2 games we had Big Ben's last home game. It was a beauty. It was a wonderful beating of the Browns one more time for him. He's
One
like
time for old sakes.
he's like 20-3 against him, 23-1.
Oh, I remember one of those good old
Last year was 2 of those losses in Heinz Field.
both in Heinz Field.
The first one might have been in Cleveland, but the second one was for sure in Heinz Field.
How would you feel if both of them were back to back in Heinz Field?
We got redemption. It's fine. This was our redemption arc. We got it. It's over now.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done. We got it. We overcame the big bad bully Browns. They're not big bad no more. They lost. They were hurt. They were a shell of them former selves.
Wow, what a story arc. You went from the top, beating everyone,
To the bottom for one whole year. Only 1 or 2 years. We were like, it's cold down here, and now we're back. Now it's like it's fine. The Bengals in the playoffs. We're in the playoffs too. We're the only team from that division to return from last year.
That's true. 3 people from your division made it last year.
So, hold on.
only one in.
You guys stole the Colts spot, huh? And we stole the Chargers spot.
We didn't steal the Colts spot. We beat them and the Chargers, cause you know.
But I mean, like,
Raiders.
as far as like week 13, 14, it was like that was the Colts spot.
Yeah, they were the hottest team in football for a little bit. Running it down people's throats. Carson Wentz wasn't throwing picks. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, they started the MVP Jonathan Taylor, not MVP anymore. It would have been Derrick Henry this year, dude.
Dude, I believe in the Steelers.
Hey man, how many teams? Tell me how many teams lose to a team in regular season and then beat them in postseason? How often does that happen? Because I bet you it's more than you think.
Yeah, but didn't you beat them?
The Chiefs? No, they beat us.
Oh no, I'm talking about I'm still on the Titans. I'm still on Derrick Henry.
I'm making my case for this week. I gotta go. I'm a Steelers fan, man. I go 1 week at a time. The Ravens game wasn't even in my head as the Browns game was happening. As the Browns game was happening, that's all that mattered. That was our Super Bowl for the year, and now we have a chance to go to the actual Super
That
Bowl.
was your Super Bowl for the year. And now that's got done with.
No, it's over with, and then we beat the Browns. We beat the. Wow, I hate my division. We beat the Ravens in their stadium, which, if you didn't know, was also the first stadium Big Ben played in the NFL. His first game was against the Ravens in their hometown.
They should have ended it.
Nope, there's still hope.
Cemetery.
2% down, up to 8%. Now we're in. Now it's 100%.
Dude, well, yeah, it's over. It's done.
And you guys went from what, like 5 to 50?
Raiders going to the Super Bowl.
No, that's not a good outro. Steelers going to the Super Bowl. Now that's a good outro.
Nah,
No?
never, ever.
Thanks for spending this year of football. This year of football was so good. And thanks for enjoying it. That's all I have to say. It was
Thanks
so
for enjoying
good.
it. If you watched it out there,
See you in the postseason.
bye.